Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video where I cast your StarCraft 2 replays. This replay was sent in to me by a user on my Discord server. It is a Platinum level replay on Berlingrad Ladder Edition. If you want me to cast your replay, please read the video description. Without further ado, let's introduce our players. In the top left hand corner we have the red Terran player, LuCky. And in the bottom right hand corner we have the blue Protoss player, Violet. See what we got here. Anyone else notice that supply depots take 3 more seconds to build than pylons and overlords do? Pylons and overlords both take 18 seconds each, but supply depots take 21. Anyway, gateway first. Gateway first, it's a gas. Barracks. All very standard. Binary over here. Gonna chase the probe around. It's not here to do anything tricky, it's just coming on for a scout. 2 probes on gas. Okay, never mind. 3 probes on gas. Not a whole lot going on today. This probe, LuCky's gonna lose interest in that probe, and Violet, she's gonna get away. We are looking where exactly? Okay. Are we looking for proxies of some sort? Seems really early in the game to be clicking around. Maybe she was just like right-clicking around on the map. Cybercore halfway done. Maybe she was just right-clicking around on the map to... Oh. Ah, hell, I have no clue. Fast expand. Looks like we're gonna pylon block the low ground expansion. But there's already going to be a CC, a third of the way done already, so that pylon's not going to go down. LuCky should be building a gas and a factory now. Where are your buildings? A Reaper is almost done. Violet bringing the probe down over here. Well, only 1 gateway and double gas and a Twilight Council. Making me think this probe is up to some cheeky business. Finally, factory on the way. Oh, oops, not that tab. Tech lab and factory. Gonna swap. No, we're gonna make a marine and then we're gonna swap the factory onto the tech lab. Reaper comes in, tickles the adept a bit, and gets out, just barely gets out with its life. Violet finally going to expand down here. Of course, if you've never watched Violet play before, this is her tried and true 4-minute 20-second storm build, where she finished, as the name implies, she finishes psionic storm research by 4 minutes 20 seconds. Well, 4 minutes 30. She says 4 minutes 30 seconds, but the earliest she's gotten it done is 4 minutes 22 seconds. So. Chrono boost the Psi Storm. That's why she gets the really fast. That's why she gets Twilight Council first thing, and she gets Templar Archives and gets the super fast Storm research. Spends some Chrono boost on it. It's just gonna be another gateway. So 3 gateways now, and Warp Gate is about to be finished up. So overall, this build is not really crazy aggressive. You sort of gotta wait for Storm to finish up. Storm is halfway done now, and Charge just started up. Looks like Stim is nearing completion. It's gonna be a bio build coming out of LuCky, who's making 2 more barracks for a total of 4 barracks. No starport yet. Gonna be a tech lab on the factory. Where is your? I guess this is just a very late starport build. Usually you sort of need the starport to do early harass on the opponent. So what this suggests to me is that either we're gonna get a CC like right now, a 3rd CC right now, or we are going to get, oh, that's a reactor. So we're gonna get combat shields and concussive shells, get a huge amount of bio, and then do a very scary 6-minute bio push, or 6 to 7 minute bio push on the front of the Protoss base. But no, instead of doing any of that useless nonsense that I just spewed out of my mouth, we are going to build a missile turret. That definitely is going to get a lot done. Reactor factory, and we're not going to produce anything out of it. Against Protoss, you should probably make some mines. You should totally make something out of this factory while you're waiting on the starport to swap onto it. And okay, we're not making mines. We're not even gonna make one round of mines. We're just gonna immediately put it over here. And are we gonna build an add-on? I'm guessing Tech Lab or another reactor. Because if it was gonna be another reactor, we might as well have built the mines. But why fly it so far away? Like, there are two types of Terrans in the world, guys. There are Terrans who line up their production like super neat, like they're super compact, or they're like in columns or rows that actually make sense. And then there's the people who just the Terrans who just randomly scatter around like their production like this. Lots of bile, look, cool, bile. We know that it was gonna happen. Combat shield's about to be finished up. Concussive shells is nowhere to be found. +1 infantry weapons is already finished up with +1 armor on the way. Charge is done. Charge and Storm were done a long time ago for Violet, and that missile turret actually killed an observer, so it's now completely useless. You can feel my angst coming through as I criticize this guy's barracks placement. Speaking of the barracks, though, Bioforce coming in the front, and Stormer's done. So probably not the best time to be single filing in your bio, though it's probably better than lumping it against Storm. Of course, very typical anti-storm measure is to only send in a couple of these units at a time. They're faster, they have more range, so you can just poke at them and force and bail out storms on just a couple units at a time. That is a big clump of bio to Storm. And, okay, Storm, that was definitely two-fifths of the energy bar. That could have been a Storm, but no, we're gonna lose that. Archon dies, but this is gonna be held. Violet finding an alternative angle for her observers to come in on the front. Maybe a little bit forward? Okay, gonna siege it up. More bio coming in. Finally, medevacs are here. Factory still has not built an add-on, no widow mines, and we are not producing anything out of this reactor starport. More barracks going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 barracks. More bio. And more storm ready? More storm ready in 5 seconds. Gonna be 2 thick storms on that bio army right there. Third base going down on site. No third base insight from Violet, who is instead bracing for Armageddon as she throws down 3 shield batteries at the front. Bio being rallied across the map. Now we're in this weird situation where Terran has not only a substantially larger army, but from the looks of it, the Terran is about to outgrow Protoss in economy. Not only is there no third base in sight from Violet, but there's no money in sight from Violet for a third base. So instead, we're just, as you can see, the 430 Storm build rushes out the High Templar, which is a very high-tech unit, and then we're also getting Colossi. Storming Colossus, Storm Archon Colossus with shield batteries in a defensive position like this can be very hard for a Terran to break into. So certainly not a bad way to go about this matchup. But 3 medevacs being filled up with bio here.
Ready for dust off.
Possibly going to drop into here, and we'll see if Violet sees it. Okay, Violet sees it. Instant reaction. Good job, Violet. Will be enough to save these gateways. Those stalkers, okay, 3 gateways immediately get unpowered. Gonna load up the medevacs quickly. 2 Marines die, but at the cost of 4 stalkers in an Artosis pylon. The medevacs are not done yet, as an attack comes in from the front that I just completely missed. Some storms look like they happened, and now Violet has to come back into her main to deal with this. Oh no, the Robo Bay going down is gonna hurt a lot. No more Colossi and no more Disruptors. You gotta wait for that to finish up. +2 weapons, +2 ground weapons was interrupted. +1 ground armor is not interrupted. Colossi gonna go down. Storm, feedback, yes. Oh, and look at that. I wonder if the auto attack on these High Templar can attack air units. I don't recall. Seems like they wouldn't, but hey, I don't really know that. This is the sort of thing that I should know because of how much time I would waste on Wikipedia, but I don't know it. So Violet now substantially down in workers. More than 20 workers behind. This is a fantastic spot for the Terran to be in. Who's now floating a ton of gas. You know you can dump that gas into? Ravens. Ravens would be great for shutting... I mean, it's weird because, like, you don't really interference matrix High Templar, but you can definitely interference matrix Colossi and Archons. And this army consists of like these big, high-tech, expensive tech units, and if you just dump some of this gas into Ravens, you can definitely shut that down hard. Third base, only now just starting from Violet, who is currently, I was about to say half her opponent's supply, but she was 10 supply too high for that. 23 workers behind, and 30 army supply behind. I believe extended thermal lance is already finished up. Plus 1/1 is done for both sides. Plus 2/2 for infantry just started. For LuCky, this is, which cloak is this? This is Ghost Cloak. This is not Banshee Cloak. This is indeed Ghost Cloak, and we have ghosts. No ghosts yet. Should really produce some ghosts. Probe scouts the 4th base, and that the debris will be broken down. All the better for LuCky to break this down because it gives him a bigger concave with which to engage the scary Colossus Storm army. Of course, the Storm's less effective against Bio, which is better than a concave. Colossi don't really care as much. The damage is a little more consistent. And okay, the Bio will be stormed down, and this attack is not going to find a whole lot of damage, is it? Wait, did I just? I'm sorry, I have such a hard time keeping up. Ghost Cloak is done. Nukes. No. I'm sorry, I'm a nuke fanatic. Please, LuCky, make nukes. Make some nukes. I want to see some nukes this game. Anyway, more bio being rallied across the map. Are these? Okay, these are actually just big straight rallies across the map. So we're just rallying bio into their death. We're just rallying Marines and Marauders into their deaths. I think we might need to reset that rally point, LuCky. When are you gonna? I'm waiting for you to reset this rally point, dude. Come on. LuCky now at 60 workers, and from the looks of it, they're also using their mules pretty consistently. So overall, economy of course looking much better for LuCky. Violet not nearly on as many workers. Big 6 medevac truck coming in, and this. Okay, Violet saw that. Violet's observer saw it, but did she see it? Is the question. As is always. And if this drop comes in here, a big chunk of the income will definitely be taken out. Okay, boosting in, and now, okay, kill the Nexus. Okay, that's a slow drop. That's definitely, okay, we're just, this distraction drop, while the bulk of the drop comes up in here. And since there are no Stargate units, once this drop gets its damage done, okay, that siege tank is not getting out of there. We could pick up the rest of the units and just get out of there. Violet with her 5 observers, in observation mode across the map. Oh wow. Storm and feedback going down, and oh my god, look at those medevacs. Oh, and all of them die. Excellent use of storm and feedback on those medevacs, which have a lot of energy. None of those medevacs are going to get out of there. So now, LuCky with the superior economy, but also having lost 2,000 more resources this game, they can certainly afford to. And the economy, LuCky is currently doubling their foe in terms of worker count. But the army has not been hurt very much. And Storm Colossus definitely has the potential to be very cost efficient against Bio, if done right. If the Bio messes up, or the Storms are good enough, then of course, these clumps of Vikings Bio, Storm goes down, gonna be just a little bit of tickle on those Vikings. One of them will die, another one will die, a third one will die to a Stalker, And Violet finally gonna go across the map and deal some of her own damage. Scan goes down, manages to kill the observer. Interesting. Oh, yeah, the scan was presumably meant to scan the army, but it just happened to catch the observer. And I lied, that is not an observer, that is a pylon and a probe. Run in there and look at all these storms. All the storms. Storm goes down, and just like that, most of the bio's gone. LuCky's got to get out of there. All of a sudden, doesn't look so much like the... All of a sudden, the worker disadvantage of Violet not looking so important, as this army comes into your 5 Archons, 2 Colossi, and 1 tank is not going to be enough to... 1 tank in this much bio is not going to be particularly effective. Looks like the workers will be pulled. And, of course, Archons and Colossi both dealing excellent splash damage. Colossi dealing extra bonus damage to light units. Archons dealing bonus damage to biological units and SCVs and bios. SCVs and Marines are definitely both of those. So this third base needs to be abandoned. This chunk of bio is not good enough. Medevac spotting for spotting for LuCky. Violet does not see that this group of bio is going to come in. Come on, you can fight that. I mean, pull back the Archon. Okay, loses the Archon. Loses another Archon. Those Archons hurt to lose because they're almost all shields. So if you leave them alone enough, they'll regen their entire health bar. But they're also 100 minerals and 300 gas each, which is not cheap. And of course, Violet very strained on the economy. Speaking of economy, though, LuCky's economy is all the way down to all the way down to Violet's worker count as well. And all of a sudden, this rather tiny-looking army of just 1 Colossus, 1 Adept, 1 Stalker, 1 Archon, 1 Colossus, 1 Adept, 1 Stalker, and 6 Zealots coming in here. I don't even think all of this... Like, the Adept isn't even over here, I think. The Adept is back home. The Stalker is... Where the hell? Okay, there. So, there's not even those. Just this weird ragtag army gonna come in here. LuCky is super broke. 3 Marauders, 2 Marines in production, but it's not gonna be enough. It just isn't. 3 Marauders, 1 Marine over here already fighting, gonna die. SCVs running across the map, and there is just nothing up here to defend. Look at LuCky banking so much gas. This is, of course, like, let's take a look at this. Like, before this refinery blew up, like, look at the amount of gas that LuCky took on all of his bases. 8 gas. Actually, I don't... Yeah, LuCky took 8 gases on their bases. Like, 2 gas, 2 gas, 2 gas, 2 gas. So 8 gases as a bio player. If you're not making Ravens with those... Like, as Terran, the only decent unit you have, like, actually the only unit at all that you have, I believe, that costs more gas to produce than it does minerals is the Raven. So imagine if there were Ravens in this fight, you could just could interference matrix these Colossi, and just interference matrix the Archons, and all of a sudden Violet would be in a ton of trouble, but only reactor starports. And bio being very expensive on the minerals. You need minerals. This is what I'm saying. You don't need workers on gas. You just need more bases and more minerals. And if you're gonna mine extra gas as a bio player, at least get Ravens. Anyway, let's skip to the end now that we already know who wins. But first, before I do anything else, let me properly congratulate Violet for being the victor of this game at 16 minutes and 39 seconds. Really nice defensive play over here. You can see that if you get Storm, like this build, at least I'm not sure if the build normally calls for a late 3rd Nexus, or if it's just a consequence of LuCky's really early biotech sort of throwing a wrench into things. But that was a really low eco game for a while for Violet. But as you can see, Storm, Archon, Colossus can be a very efficient composition against bio players, especially the ones that haven't quite mastered control over it yet. Like in a lot of these positions, the bio is just standing still, not really stimming backwards. Like you cannot just let bio has more range than Zealot Archon, so you sort of need to just kite it backwards and just try not to take direct engagements because Storm Colossus Archon is Zealot Archon Storm Colossus is absolutely happy to take a direct engagement against bio. There's all the storms in the world going down. As you can see, the units lost. Violet managed to be substantially more efficient than her opponent. I believe this game could have ended a lot differently. I know I'm saying again, but if you're not going to produce consistent medevacs out of these starports, you may as well like throw a tech lab on one of them and start making Ravens. Raven's such a good unit against. I'm saying this for the 5th time this game, but this is such a in platinum league. Like 3,000 gas is such a ridiculous amount of gas to be banking that are, especially when your minerals are this low, that I don't even know what to say really. Other than that, yeah, that was interesting game. Fun fact: this replay was titled Post Colossus. This replay was titled Post Colossus Stress Disorder, which is interesting because only 3 colossi were ever produced in this game. I'd say that's more. I'd say the storms contributed a lot more, but yeah. Anyway, that was a fun game. Violet, thank you for sending in this replay. Once again, if you want me to cast your replay, you can check out the video description. All the info about how you can send in your replays down there. My name's Hyper1, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and have a good day.